from 27 BC to 476 AD.
Guiding questions. How did the Roman Empire function on a daily basis? How did the Romans hold most of the Mediterranean captive for so long?
Following the murder of Julius Caesar, Octavian Caesar, better known as Augustus Caesar, established the beginning of a vast Roman Empire. Augustus established a form of government known as the Principate. The Tiber River is the main source of fresh water and soil needed to support the development of the people, animals, and crops of Rome. The Tiber provided easy transportation in the river's valley and created a large area for farming. The river also served as a defense system against attacks oncoming. The Alps and Apennine mountain ranges were natural barriers that helped protect Rome from invasions and provided a strategic location for the city during the time of war. The Alps provided a roadblock that enforced invaders to move through narrow passages, allowing Romans to prepare for the attacks.
The Apennine Mountains divided the peninsula in half, providing protection against invasion from the east. This allowed Rome to defend against invaders approaching from either side of the mountains. Covered in forest, the hills and mountains are made of volcanic rock. The Romans used this to build the foundations of their structures. Being close to the Mediterranean Sea allowed Rome to trade with cities in Greece, Northern Europe, and North Africa. The Mediterranean also provided the Romans with a rich source of food through fishing.
Religion. Early forms of Roman religion were animistic in nature, believing spirits inhabit everything around them, people included. The first citizens of Rome also believed that they were watched over by spirits of their ancestors. The Romans also believed in the Capitolian Triad. The gods in the Capitolian Triad included Mars, who was the god of war and the supposed father of Remus and Romulus, which were the founders of Rome, in a tale, Quirinius, who defiled Romulus, who watched over the people of Rome, and lastly, Jupiter, the supreme god.
These gods were worshipped at the temple on Capitolian Hill, hence the name Capitolian Triad. The Capitolian Triad was the Roman equivalent of the Big Three of Greek mythology, which included Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Much of the same ideas from Greek mythology was copied by the Romans.
Achievements.
Extensive road network. The Romans constructed an extensive network of roads that spanned across their vast empire, designed to connect major cities, military outposts, and trade routes. The construction of the roads, known as Via Romana, involved meticulous planning and precise engineering techniques. They were primarily built using layers of gravel, sand, and compacted soil, topped with large paving stones.
The sophisticated legal system. The Romans developed a sophisticated legal system. They established principles and concepts that formed the foundation of modern legal systems. Roman law was based on the idea of justice, fairness, and the rule of law. It emphasized the importance of written laws and legal procedures, ensuring that everyone was subject to the same laws and entitled to a fair trial. Roman legal principles such as innocent until proven guilty and equality before law were revolutionary concepts that would continue to shape legal systems. today.
Engineering and construction technology. The Romans made significant advancements in engineering and construction, which played a crucial role in their architectural achievements. Roman, cons- Roman concrete was incredibly strong and versatile. It enabled the Romans to build structures with large spans, such as bridges and domes, while also allowing for intricate architectural details. The development of arches and vaults further enhanced their construction capabilities, providing stability and supporting the weight of massive structures. The Romans also employed sophisticated surveying techniques and construction equipment.
Literature and philosophy achievements. Roman writers and philosophers made important contributions to literature and philosophy, leaving a lasting impact on Western intellectual thought. Prominent, prominent figures such as Virgil, known for his poem, the Aeneid, became highly influential, shaping Roman literature. The, the works of Roman playwrights such as Terence and Plautus contributed to development of theater. Philosophy, notable Roman thinkers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Cicero explored a wide range of philosophical ideas addressing topics such as ethics, politics, and nature of the universe.
Military leading ability. The Romans were renowned for their military powers and developed highly effective military tactics. One of their key innovations was the organization and deployment of the Roman legion, a large, well-trained military unit consisting of thousands of soldiers. The legions employed disciplined formations, such as the famous testudo or tortoisal formation, where soldiers interlocked their shells to create a protective shell. This provided them with exceptional defensive capabilities against ranged attacks. The Romans also excelled in siege warfare, constructing sophisticated siege engines and techniques to breach fortified walls. These significant skills and leading abilities made them one of the most formidable military forces of their time.
Politics. The Roman Empire dramatically shifted away from representative democracy to centralized imperial authority, with the emperor holding the most power. Under Augustus's reign, emperors gained the ability to introduce and veto laws, and the emperor held the command of the army. The emperor wielded significant authority over those who served in lower level executive positions. The emperor decided who could hold office and who couldn't. As a result of this redistribution of power, the popular assemblies that functioned during the Republican period became less important and lost power.
The Senate. Primarily, the Senate survived during the early period of the empire as a legitimizer of an emperor's rule. The Senate was composed of Rome's elite and intellectual citizens who impact public opinion. With this power, the Senate could declare an emperor to be an enemy of the state, and they could officially wipe the record of emperor from official history.
Economy. Trade was a powerful engine behind the Roman Empire that shaped its culture and economical landscape. The Roman economy was marked by diverse imports and exports. The empire saw a wide circulation of commodities like pottery, glass, wine, and olive oil. Rome relied heavily on resources spread across its provinces, from the metal rich areas of Spain and Britain to the grain producing lands of Egypt. Despite these strengths, the trade system also faced challenges. Wealth wasn't evenly distributed, leading to social divides. Taxes levied on trade to support public works and military, which in turn added to the strain to the system. Piracy and regional stabilities occasionally threatened this intricate web of commerce.
Slavery. Slavery played a vital though grim role in Rome's economy. Most slaves in Rome were prisoners of war or victims of poverty. They were used across various regions of the empire, contributing significantly to the economic productivity of the empire.
Taxes played a crucial role in funding the empire's activities, like maintaining roads and supporting the military. These taxes were often placed on trading goods. Taxes before heavy Taxes bore a heavy burden on traders and merchants, which stirred feelings of resentment toward government officials. With taxes came the risk of corruption among tax collectors, further complicating the issues related to taxes.
Social structure. Paintings from Pompeii, now in a museum in Naples, show a banquet or family ceremony featuring multiple aspects of Roman society. The patrician class, or the descendants of the most ancient and powerful noble families. They were landowners, lived in large houses, and they had political power in the Senate. The patricians married and did business only the people of their own class. Social classes. The emperor. The emperor was the head of Roman society and the ruler of all Rome. Patrician families, who were wealthy, influential landowners, senators. In Roman society, they served in the Senate and governed Rome. Etruscans were wealthy property owners who chose business over politics in Roman society.
Plebeians were mainly artisans or peasants who worked for the patricians' land. If they were lucky, plebeians would become clients, obedient servants of a patrician family. They offered their services in return and received protection from the head of the patrician family, who became their patron. In summary, the Romans were powerful, but corruption led to their end.